Holy shit, people actually showed up. Alright, I guess let me get ready to start this presentation. So I wasn't expecting an ad in the newspaper for a heist crew to pull anybody, so thanks for showing up, I really appreciate it. As advertised, you will receive free snacks and drinks upon job start, and upon job completion, you may or may not get paid. I don't know. We really don't know what we're stealing here, so it just depends on what we're gonna find. You all look like highly qualified professionals, so I'll just start. We are robbing local hive mind's YouTube database. It's more of a vault, really. This is where he stores all his videos he's currently working on. Now, depending on what we find in here, this could be worth a fortune. I've went ahead and detailed all the plans of the job here on the whiteboard next to me. Do we have any questions?
Yes, sir, I have a question. Isn't that just an ad for the movie Foothead? And, is it just me, or do these people seem a little unqualified to you? I don't know what the f they're doing.
This gun's loaded. I'm gonna shoot you both.
What the hell are you people doing?
Holy shit. You're all a bunch of f***ing except for you in the front. You seem to have some brain cells, so come with me, I'll fill you in on the plan. We're short on time. The rest of you idiots, get out of here. I said get the out of here right now. And here we are. Welcome to Local Hive Mind's YouTube video vault, where he stores all his Skate 3 tutorials and upcoming videos. It's a gold mine of content, and we're just waiting to steal it and make some bank. Featuring state-of-the-art security features, such as being elevated 12 feet off the ground, and not having a standard point of entry. It's a nearly impregnable fortress, and I know that you're just the man for the job. So, you're gonna want to skydive down to the top of one of the tubes, and then from there, you're gonna do the underground glitch to enter the maze. Once inside, you'll want to navigate your way around and find his newest How to Trickline and Skate 3 tutorial. I know it's in there, and it's just waiting for us. Best of luck.
Ha, is that all? Man, this job is easy. Piece of cake. I just done skydive down to this tube, yeah? Ha, easy peasy. Oh! Alright, I'm on the tube. Now I just gotta do the underground glitch, and I'm inside. Oh! I got it this time. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm stuck. Oh, help me. Help me, Lord. Oh, I can feel my spine dislocating. Oh god, I can't breathe. My nostrils and mouth are stuck in the cement of the tube. Oh god. Oh god. My back does not feel right, but I'm in the tube.
Good work. I knew you were the right choice for the job. Now, navigate the maze and try to find his How to Trickline and Skate 3 video, Part 2. I know he's currently working on it, so if we can get access to that ourselves and upload it, we'll probably make like $2.
Alright. Oh, I'm coming up on a room here. Let me see, maybe this is it. Is this the video?
No, that's not the one we're looking for, but that is a good video. In that one, he details how to do several glitches that people wanting to trickline might be interested in, such as the no-hand super dude, or the no-hand judo, as well as the glitch that lets you run really fast. I don't know the name for that one, but he shows how to do that one too. It's a really good video. You should get around to watching it sometime, but that's not what we're here for.
Oh, alright. Well, I guess I'll keep exploring the tubes.
Remember, you're looking for How to Trickline and Skate 3 Part 2. I know he's working on it.
Alright. I'll take this other corner here, and we'll see where I end up. Alright, I found another one. This one's in a blue room. Is this the video we're looking for?
No, that's not the one we're looking for. As I said, we're looking for How to Trickline in Skate 3 Part 2. But, once again, that is a really good video. I'm not sure if you knew this, but local hive mind is really good at foot plants. I even heard that he set a 1440 flat ground at Campus Skate, which is absurd. In this video, he details how to do foot plants, frosties. It's a really good video if you're looking to break the game and just become overpowered in skate sessions. I would also highly recommend watching this one as well. I'm sure if you enjoyed his other skate tutorials, you'll enjoy this one. Alright, keep exploring. I'm sure How to Trickline in Skate 3 Part 2 is somewhere inside the maze.
Alright. What's the name of the video I'm looking for again?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Alright. I found another video. This one's in a pink room. Is this the video we're looking for?
No, wait a second. What the hell is that? Oh my, alright, it's not the one we're looking for, but good job. I think you found a video in progress by local hive mind. Try to find some button nearby that'll let you play the video. Maybe we can get a sneak peek at one of his skate videos he's working on here.
Alright, let me look for a play button.
There are things in this world that we will never fully understand. We want answers. We have worked years to build our credibility, our reputation, working alongside the most renowned professionals in the field, capturing groundbreaking proof of the paranormal.
It's working!
Whoa, I can't give you an explanation.
This is our evidence, our skate adventures.
Wow, that looked like a thoroughly entertaining and humorous video. When that gets released, I should totally watch it.
I think I have to agree with you on that one. That video did seem to be, like it had a lot of work put into it, and that was just 40 seconds. So I think you're right on that one. When that video does eventually get finished and uploaded, you should definitely watch it, and I'm sure you'll thoroughly enjoy it. Good find, by the way. Alright, there's only 2 more rooms to explore, so one of these has to be his How to Trickline in Skate 3 video.
Alright, let me see here. I'm sure I'll find it. Alright, here we are at another video. This one's in a red room.
Oh, Jesus f***ing Christ. No, that's not the one, but once again, it's another really funny video made by local hive mind. This is a video that he spent a lot of time on. It's a parody where Light Yagami and L from Death Note play Skate 3 together. It's really funny. I think you should check it out. I think we'll actually do that after we find his newest tutorial video in here and steal it for the $2 that we'll make off it.
Alright. Well, there's only one room left I haven't explored, so let's go ahead and move on to that one. I'm sure that's the How to Trickline in Skate 3 Part 2 tutorial. Because it spends the video, this opening so long, I think I have to make this next room the tutorial.
I'd agree. I think this intro's getting to the point where it's taking so long that if we don't make the next room the actual tutorial, people are gonna click off the video.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. So let's go ahead and find this tutorial already.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, I found another video. This one's in a green room. Is this one it? I can't read, so I don't really know.
You know what? That really explains why you couldn't seem to find it the previous times. That answered a lot of questions, actually. Thanks for clarifying that. Yes, this is the video we're here to steal. Now, I think we should go ahead and celebrate and watch it before we steal it and upload it to YouTube ourselves to get the solid $2 we'll earn from this.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Let's watch this thing.
Hey guys, welcome to the video. Thanks for taking the time to check this out. Especially to those of you who sat there through my 10-minute long intro. I don't know, I love to make long, funny intros like that. That's just my thing. Feel free to skip that stuff if you want, you know, it's not really important. What is important, though, is that I really appreciate all you guys checking out my channel, watching my stuff. It really means a lot to me. To those of you who have seen my previous How to Trickline video, you were probably looking forward to this one, you know, pretty excited. In this video today, unlike my last one, which covered the main pinpoints of tricklining, this one is going to be covering some more hidden aspects of tricklining. A lot of these are things that I do in almost every single line on this game. And they're some of my favorites. I find them really fun. They add a lot of style to sections of your line that just would otherwise be, you know, not that great. And I'm excited to show you guys. With all that out of the way, I don't want to take up too much of your time because, you know, my intro was so long. So let's go ahead and get right into the first thing I'm going to show you, which is manual reverts. Alright, so manual reverts are a pretty broad subject, but there's quite a few different ways you can use them while tricklining to add just a lot of style to sections that would otherwise not really have much style. Before I get into that though, I'll describe how to do a double revert like you saw in that little clip I showed. So you can do double reverts when you're going down a sloped surface that is also curved. I don't believe you can do it going down like a sharp incline. It has to be a gradual curve that leads downhill like this. Pretty much you just want to have like a little bit of speed. I want to say anywhere from like 1 to 2 pushes of speed, and then as you start to go down, you're just going to do a manual revert, but continuously do the motion for a revert either to the left side or the right side. I think either will work. Let me try it here to the right. Yep. I actually did a triple revert there, as you saw. I did a double revert, and then I did a third revert to follow that. Let me go in the replay editor here. But yeah, I didn't do anything, you saw, I didn't do anything special there. I literally just got a couple pushes of speed, and then while doing a manual, reverted twice to the right, and it did a double revert. Let me go ahead and play that back here in slow motion for you. So right about here, let's go playback speed of like 3. Yep, there was the double revert, and then I followed it up with a third revert because I was moving my stick just a little too much. But yeah, anywhere like that, where it's a curved downhill slope, you should be able to do a double revert from either a manual or a nose manual. So that's a cool little thing you can do at some sections. Another way I want to show you how to do a manual revert to add some style to your lines is going to be on sections like this one over here. Like this ramp right here. This is one of my favorite spots to do a manual revert at. And let me go ahead and just show it to you in a clip, and then I'll explain what's happening. Alright, here we are in the replay editor. I got that same clip pulled pulled up, but this time I made the section with the manual revert in slow motion so we can watch it through one more time, and then I will explain what's going on. So if you caught it, I do a flip here. I flip off of this. I land in a manual. Then after landing in the manual, I do the revert to put me in fakie. And then I combine that with a trick and a 360 tweak so I can stay in fakie for the continuation of my line after. So let me do like really slow-mo here. Land in the manual. Then from here, when I land in the manual, I do a revert. Put myself in fakie. And then once I entered fakie from the manual revert, I did a trick with a 360 tweak. So I stayed in fakie for the continuation of my line forward. Just like that. So this is a way that you can use manual reverts at a spot like this to basically just chain a combo of tricks together. So it could turn what would normally just be a flip into a fakie nose manual, into a flip, into a fakie nose manual, and then you could revert to put yourself in like standard posture. Combine that with a trick and a 360 tweak. The manual reverts are just one part of potentially a big chain of tricks that you can do between point A and point B that are just going to add a bunch of style to your turn. So that way you're not just flipping off that with like an airwalk backflip. You land in a fakie nose manual here, and then you're just riding out that fakie nose manual all the way up to the next ramp. You know, that doesn't look cool. So being able to use a manual or nose manual revert and then chain that with several other tricks is going to add just an enormous amount of style to your run. And it doesn't just have to be on spots like this. You can use it on flat ground, for example. Like, let me head on back to the top, and then I'll show you a way that you can use manual reverts on flat ground to add some style. Alright, so as you guys saw from the clip, I did a speed glitch, and then I used a manual revert to slow myself down back to essentially a normal speed, so that way I would be able to do the no comply flip into that gap. Once again, the manual revert is just a cool way for me to get from point A to point B, while also using it as a gateway to chain into other moves. I'm going to go ahead and play this back real quick in the replay editor. I slowed down the section where I do the manual revert so you can see what's going on easier, and I'll explain it as it happens. Alright, here we are with the speed glitch. Then here, I trick into a fakie nose manual, revert to regular, and then follow that with a 360 tweak. And then the 360 tweak put me back in regular stance, so I could be able to perform a no comply flip into the gap. So for example, after I do the speed glitch here, I could have just done a trick and a 360 tweak and probably still been slow enough to do the no comply flip into that gap. However, doing a manual revert and following that with the 360 tweak just makes it more stylish. So whether it's, you know, doing a double revert, a manual revert on a downhill slope, or a revert on flat ground, manual reverts, if you know how to do them properly, are a gateway into just a whole new level of style for chaining your tricks in a trick line. That was manual reverts. Those are one of my favorite things to do throughout my lines in a couple different spots, just to make the goal of getting from point A to point B in my trick line just a little bit more stylish. You don't have to do them the way I do, where I chain a manual revert into like a trick with a 360 tweak. You know, you can do them however you want. You know, experiment, find what works best for you. You'll develop your own style and find your own cool ways to incorporate manual reverts into your lines. I guess let's go ahead and move on with manual reverts out of the way. Let's go ahead and get into the next thing, which is another one of my favorites to do in my lines. And I'm going to go ahead and call this a change of pace. So as I'm sure you guys have noticed, tricklining tends to be really fast-paced. Especially with how the dart catching is, and a lot of like the revert flips and 360 tweaks, all that sort of stuff. It really makes it so tricklining on average tends to be quick. Now it's different between everybody, you know, everyone has their own style, but it's generally going to be fast-paced gameplay. Now, I like to incorporate what I call a change of pace into my trickline runs. Usually, maybe 2 or 3 times a run. It depends on what I'm doing. But this is where you're going to take your run from the typical quick-paced gameplay with the crazy flips and, you know, 360 tweaks, revert flips, all that, and you're just gonna slow it down tremendously for like 1 or 2 sections to really just add in some diversity to your run. For example, in the clip you saw, I'm sure you could tell the couple moments where I used a change of pace. So I'm going to go ahead and just play through it one more time here in the replay editor, and you'll be able to pick up on where I do the pace change at. Okay. So I'm sure you probably noticed this right here, this move where I go off of the bowl here. What I did here is what I call a change of pace, where instead of doing some crazy flip, I did a clean maneuver, just a simple backflip with a relatively simple grab. And then I did the same thing on the jump right afterwards. It's a really big contrast between all the crazy flips that I had going on just a moment ago. So let me go ahead and slow down this section so it stands out a little bit more, and you guys will be able to tell what I'm talking about. Alright, so here we are once again. I slowed down the section that has the change of pace, just so it's easier to tell what I did, so that way it stands out a little bit more for you guys. So here we are with my little intro, you know, 2 revert flips and an ollie pop. And then here, it's just a simple backflip with an FS to stale. And then right here at this section, instead of doing anything crazy, once again, I just do another simple backflip with a stiffy. So, in my opinion, I think I like the way my lines look a lot better if I try to incorporate just a slow, you know, section at a few spots in my run. So for example, I like to do it when I am going off of bowls like this. I'll try to have it fast-paced leading up to it, and then when I go off the bowl, I just do a simple, like, clean-looking backflip with just a, you know, a simple grab. Like a method, FS to stales look really nice, Crail to tails look nice. Let me do one here for you real quick. Oh, it really does not want a crail to tail, does it? There we go. But yeah, crail to tails look nice. It's entirely up to you if you want to incorporate this sort of thing into your run. But I personally do it in almost every single trickline run I do. It doesn't even have to be necessarily just a clean backflip with a grab. Like, for example, airing up into a grind on something like the top of that ramp there and just doing a clean grind could be considered a change of pace as well. Like, let me just do a little line here. Like that. Going from, you know, your over-the-top crazy trick lining to just airing up into a grind on the top of a ramp like that, that could also be considered a change of pace. And I personally love the way the stuff like that looks. I love the high contrast between the high-speed trick lining and then just the slow, clean, smooth gameplay mixed into the middle of your run. I think it adds a lot of style, it looks really good, and it's one of the best tips I can probably give as a trick liner. Speaking of grinds, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next tip I have for you guys. Chaining grinds is another one of my favorite things to do. I definitely don't do this as often in my lines, but it is still up there for one of my favorite things to incorporate into a line if I get a chance. It looks the best in my opinion with blunts, like nose blunts, backside blunts. Chaining them together in a sequence is probably my favorite way to chain grinds. So how you're going to go about doing this is you're going to enter your initial grind, but then you're going to hold your left thumbstick in the direction of the ledge you're currently grinding. So for example, this ledge I'm grinding right here. The right side is the drop-off, so the ledge is technically considered to be on my left side. So I want to hold my left thumbstick to the left side to keep me in, like, locked into that grind. And then, let me rewind a little bit here. So right here, holding my left thumbstick to the left side while I'm doing the grind. And then while I do that, I'm gonna trick out of the grind and then rotate myself into a backside blunt. By holding your left stick to the left side to keep yourself locked in, it's gonna guarantee that when you trick off, you can perfectly rotate yourself into another grind. So let me go ahead and just show it again here. So trick off, rotate to another grind, and then you can rinse and repeat that. The one thing I will recommend is don't hold your stick to the left the entire time. You want to let go of your left stick, like, as soon as you trick out of the grind. So you're, like, holding it in the direction of the ledge to keep you locked in up until you trick out. So, like, here, holding to the left. Oh, really messed that one up because it loves to do varials because my stick is broken. Instead of an ollie, you move it straight down and up and it does a varial. But yeah, you're just going to pull your left stick to the left side while grinding. And then right before you trick out, you're going to let go of your left stick and rotate into your next grind. And as you saw earlier, during the change of pace, I could air up out of this ramp into a nose blunt here and do the, chain my grinds together. I could do, like, multiple blunts on this ledge when I air up into it. It's just another thing that I personally like to incorporate into my lines, and I think is really cool. Do with it what you will. I would love to see more people do this. This is something that I've never really seen a lot of people do in this game. I guess, yeah, that's going to be it for chaining grinds. Let's go ahead and get into another one of my favorite little things to do in my trick lines. So getting off your board mid-air in the middle of a trick line and then getting back on it, like after you land, is something I've never seen another skater do aside from myself. Especially in trick lines. Like, this is something that when I started doing it, it would wow people. And I mean, rightly so. Like, let me just play this back for you. This is one of my favorite things to do in my trick lines. Yep. Get off my board mid-air. As soon as I land, jump 180 and land fakie. And I ate shit at the end, but that's not the point here. Alright, let's rewind. But yeah, you can use this to clear gaps. Just go up little hills. Like, you can be really creative with this move, and it's super easy to do. So I'm going to explain it in regular and goofy really fast. Let me go back to my marker. So to do this, you're simply going to do a flip using your left trigger if you're in regular. You can do it with either a front flip or a back flip. Either one will work here. And then mid-flip, you're just going to press Y to get off your board while you're still holding the left trigger. I'll go ahead and demonstrate it up this little slope here. See? It's not that hard, and it's just a little stylish way to get around. I will say, don't get off your board too soon. That will cause you to bail. I'll go ahead and show that here really fast. Alright, that time, it didn't cause me to bail, but it did not look cool because my guy didn't even finish his flip before getting off the board. So you want to make sure that you've mostly completed the flip before you actually get off your board mid-air. And you can do it with a back flip as well. Let me show what that looks like. Okay, that time, it killed me. But yeah, regardless, you can see it works. It does work with a back flip or front flip, either one. Preference is up to you. You just need to make sure that you time when you get off your board properly. Otherwise, it either, won't finish the flip, or it'll just simply kill you like it did right there. Now, let me explain how to do this in Goofy. Alright, so Goofy, it's gonna be pretty much the exact same thing. The only difference is instead of using left trigger to flip, you're gonna use right trigger to flip. And then you just want to make sure that when you get off your board mid-air, you are actively holding right trigger. So let me go ahead and demonstrate it here on this. Alright, just don't even trick at all. Let's go ahead and reset. There we go. So yeah, if you're Goofy, the reason you want to use right trigger when you get off your board is because using right trigger will keep you in Goofy. Whereas, let's say I was in regular and I used right trigger and got off my board, it would actually switch me to Goofy. So, I mean, you could use right trigger if you're in regular, and let's say you want to switch to Goofy mid-run for some reason, you know, you could do that. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could do that. Like, right here, if I want to switch to regular. Just like that. Just flip while grabbing with left trigger, and get off my board midair, and suddenly I am in regular. But yeah, that is just one of my favorite things to pretty much do anywhere. It makes getting around fun, it's fun to incorporate into my lines where I can find opportunities to do it, and you know, you can do some cheeky little stance switching, like I just showed you. So I showed manual reverts. I showed a change of pace. I showed the getting off your board mid-flip. I showed chaining grinds. Now, let's go ahead and show a hippie flip. That was first try. There's no way I got that first try. Holy shit. So, hippie flips. These are really... This is really old stuff. These have been around literally forever, and I'm pretty sure everyone who play, or most people who play this game have heard of them. But you might not know how to actually do them yourself. So this is where you're gonna do a trick, just any trick, you know, 360 flip, pop, shove it, kick flip, and it's almost gonna behave like a hippie jump, where your board goes under the rail and you go over it, and you get back on your board on the other side of the rail. This is definitely not like an intended feature in the game. This is purely just about timing your trick. So for example, the two ways I've always done hippie flips are with about 2 pushes of speed in fakie, doing a nollie 360 flip, or same thing, about 2 pushes of speed, doing a like double kick flip. So let's go ahead and rewatch the 360 flip I just did so you can see what I'm talking about. Here we go, 2 pushes of speed, hippie jump so I'm in fakie, and then I just time my 360 flip so I go over and it goes under. And then at this spot you can even chain it into a line down here at the mega ramp. Let me go ahead and get a better angle here so you guys can see the hippie flip better. Alright, I went ahead and got a better angle for you guys, and I'll replay it for you one more time in slow motion. So sick. As you can see, my skateboard goes under, and I go over, reconnecting with the board on the other side and continuing my line. So Hippy flips are pretty versatile. You can do them with multiple different types of tricks. Even though I did it with a nollie 360 flip in fakie, I've seen people do them with like late heel flips. I've done them with a triple kick flip. When I did the triple kick flip Hippy flip, I did it on a bar similar to this one here. So pretty much anything that's going to have a suitable distance between the top and the ground, and it's going to have a gap wide enough for you to fit your skateboard underneath, you could try to Hippy flip it. There are railings just naturally in the game and the environment that are similar to the ones like this here. And I even have a short I uploaded a long time ago. The quality isn't that great because I was pretty new to YouTube. I was still getting used to how to do everything. But I will go ahead and add that in here for you. You can check it out. At the very end of the little clip, I hit a Hippy flip on a rail similar to this one using a triple kickflip. So go ahead and enjoy that. Alrighty, you have made it to the end. Those are all of the trick lining tips I have for you guys. We got through a few. A lot of those were, you know, pretty subtle. Like, you know, compared to my first How to Trickline video where I show a lot of the staple things like ollie popping, revert flipping. A lot of the things in this video, I bet you guys probably didn't even know could be considered trick lining if you incorporate them into your run right. Or maybe you had already known about them. But yeah, let's go ahead and end this video by doing a trick line that's going to incorporate everything I just talked about. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little clip for you guys. Hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you after. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the clip at the end there. Right now, I literally don't play this game unless I'm recording a video. So that is definitely not often. I am entirely relying on my muscle memory when I load up the game for these videos. So hitting lines like that is not as easy as it used to be for me. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit a little bit rusty here. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Check out my other tutorials if you haven't yet. I'm sure if you like this one, you'll like those as well. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.